What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about some glam metal. Broke out the headband, got the Trickster shirt on. Gonna rank the Sleeze Beez albums. Really killer band. Should have been a lot bigger than they were. Released 4 albums from 87 to 94. Worked together till 96, but the last album they released came out in 94, called Insanity Beach. But they broke up for about 14 years after that. Got back together in 2010. Been together since. The lineup pretty much the same all the way throughout, except for on their first album they had a guy named Tigo Fauzi on the vocals. Then they got a guy named Andrew Elt, who I think is much better, a big improvement there in the vocal department. But rest of the lineup got on the back of the CD here: Jan Koster on the drums, Ed Jongsma on the bass, Chris Van Jarsveld and Don Van Spal on the guitar. Really killer guitar playing on these albums, and Andrew Elt, as I said before, on the vocals. But yeah, just really awesome band. Been into them for quite a while now, and I think they deserve some more attention, so I thought I'd give it to them here. Just talk about their albums, rank them, my opinion as usual. Here we go. Starting off the list, at the bottom is their debut album, Look Like Hell. Came out in 1987. Not terrible, but compared to their other albums, the production isn't as good, and the vocals definitely not even close to as good. But there is still some pretty good songs on here. Looking at this track listing, Hit and Run and War Child, easily the best songs. Hit and Run, maybe their fastest song of all time, honestly. But 9 songs. Besides that, probably say Hot and Heavy Woman and the title track, some other standouts. Their music has some pretty heavy AC/DC and Def Leppard influence, I think. So the song Shame, Shame, Shame sounds a lot like AC/DC if you want to check that out. But overall, not a terrible album, but definitely their weakest. Look Like Hell, number 4. Next up at number 3, I'm going to go with Screwed, Blued, and Tattooed. Came out in 1990. Was their first with Andrew Elt on the vocals. Much better than their original singer. And from a commercial standpoint, this is definitely their most successful album. It was their only one to chart on the Billboard 200. Got up to like 115, I think. Definitely due to the song Stranger Than Paradise. Pretty cool song, kind of a ballad. Got a really nice riff, though. Looking at the rest of this stuff, Rockin' the Western World, probably their best song, the opening track on here. Very hard rock and heavy riff. Awesome song. House is on Fire is great as well. Title track is good. When the Brains Go to the Balls is a good song as well. So overall, I do really like this album. Just the other 2 I like a bit more. Number 3, Screwed, Blued, and Tattooed. Coming in at number 2 is Insanity Beach. Came out in 1994, and with this album, they definitely went heavier and darker. A lot of glam metal bands were doing that in the mid-90s, some better than others. I think Sleeze Beez did it very well, because this is a great album. Looking at these tracks, there's 13. Some of my favorite songs on it, I'd say, are Tell It to the Judge for sure. Opening song, very great riff, fast, heavy song. Great stuff there. Save Myself is a great track, probably my favorite on the album. Gun Culture's awesome. Human Zoo, Sacrifice, the title track, Hate Rock and Roll. Just overall, I think this is a really good album. Insanity Beach, number 2. Taking the number 1 spot is Power Tool. Came out in 1992. Awesome album. A while back, I did a top 10 underrated glam metal albums list and included this. So if you saw that video, probably saw this coming as my number 1. Has pretty much everything you could want. Some heavier, more hard rockin' stuff. some bluesier sounding stuff. The slower stuff on it's even pretty good. Great solos, great riffs, great vocals. Just overall great album. And looking at these songs, some favorites I'd say are Raise a Little Hell for sure. Awesome riff, awesome solo. Watch That Video is a good song. You can definitely hear the Def Leppard influence on that with the vocals, that kind of like gang vocal style they do. Dance, really good hard rock and bluesy song. I Don't Want to Live Without You is a ballad. It's got a good guitar solo though. Looking at the rest of this stuff, Put Your Money Where Your Mouth is awesome. Pray for a Miracle, final track on the album, maybe the best, very awesome song, but you know, start to finish, very good, strong, consistent album here. My number one Sleeze Beez album, Power Tool. That does wrap up the ranking. A band that I really enjoy, Sleeze Beez. Definitely recommend to go check them out if you're not familiar with them. You guys can let me know what your thoughts. If you like Sleeze Beez, give me your ranking of their albums in the comments. And until next time, thank you for watching.